Welcome back to Banner Saga, where we're about to tell Oddleaf what to do. What are you doing? Let her get out some aggression, ask her to stop wasting, join her in shooting the vultures. Damn yeah. First person to knock one out of the sky gets their wish granted, you announce. Several of the caravan give it a try, including Alette, enjoying the sport and turning around morale. It's no big surprise when one of Oddleaf's blue-feathered arrows brings down a bird. Morale improved. You know, says Oddleaf, scanning the caravan, a lot of these women, they could do this. You can tell from the look in her eyes that she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them on how to fight, she says. Encourage her to train the women. Try to keep her... Encourage. We can always use more fighters, you tell Oddleaf. If Alette has any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. Oddleaf gives you a smile. She heads off to some women of the caravan, showing them the vultures she shot down. Alright, we're gonna have more archers. Morale. It's just normal. Decline again. A woman's stifled screams failed to overly concern anyone. It was only a matter of time before the expectant mother gave birth. The caravan is simply excited by this first sign of new life since the trip began. Day of rest and celebration. Congratulate. Offer extra rations. Do nothing special. Extra rations. So that'll cost... Does rations... We're in bad shape. We need the day of rest. When the baby cries, replaces the mothers, the entire caravan cheers. You raise your drink to the family, saying, "Tomorrow we rest and feast to strengthen long life." Again, everyone cheers, glad to forget their worries for some small time. Took some supplies. Oh, we got renown. Sweet. But morale just keeps declining. Well, that's the waste. We have some forested area coming up. But it is about to get troublesome. It's Wormtoe. A gaunt man and woman approach the caravan, hands held high. "A word, friends," the man says. "We are poor farmers, down on our luck." The woman hits him and says, "We're outlaws, plain and simple. 10 of us, and we'll help you in a fight for some food up front." Send them away, or join us, but you'll be watched. The two quickly shuffle to a supply wagon as 8 more bandits emerge from the wilderness. They gorge themselves on salted fish and cheese, taking time to thank everyone. After eating, they politely keep to themselves. Could always use a few fighters.
Wormtoe was never the kind of place someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Var living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
Made it. Oh, they don't have an animation thing for it. The Var will find you before you see them. Not surprising with this many people behind you. With weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Ivor tells them he's coming to see someone named Krumer. Good old Krumer. "Well, I'll be damned. Krumer, it's been a long time." "Yeah, it has. So what brings Yagdmar to Wormtoe with his very own village of humans?" "Bad news. Dredger coming down from the north. We barely made it this far." "That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the mead house." As you follow the old Varro into their meager town, you catch him quietly saying, "If it were anyone else, he would murderize us with his hammer." "I've talked with the warriors here. I'll be honest with you, half want to go north and find out what happened at Blotzbacher. Some think we should go to Grofheim instead. None of them are happy you're here." "What do you think?" "If I had my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women, children. We could pitch in, make this place livable. Doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not make one. It's Krumer's call. It won't be long before the dredge are here, too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Jrundr what's going on. Who's Jrundr? Varl King. Well, as close as one as we have. Yngvar, where do you find these people? Stay here and rest, but once yours are ready to go, we do. I'm going to see off those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grofheim. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop pouting, girlie. Even if Jrundr won't listen to a tired old Varl like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Yngvar here. They'll listen to Ivor? Ha! He hasn't told you. Of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. Secret identity. Let's have a chit-chat. Chit-chat. Krumer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I've never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done, then. So who is this Yngvar? Ha, I'm not surprised. He never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us, long ago. I mean, the dredge-bashing type. He was called Yngvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle and gossip. Some incredible stories? I might. Or I could be the most boring Varl you've ever met. Depends on how much you like killing dredge. Ask me again someday. I might tell you about the time we filled a dead yox with whale teeth. And why. And how do you get people to follow you? Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much left for me to do, so I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wormtow. They still come calling, even with no wars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing, though, don't it? Any wisdom on fighting the dredge? Depends how much you know. They're all armor. Tap them hard enough, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole row of slag, and they'll explode on each other all the way down. You get in a big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. Best leave you to your business. I suppose you should. Take care, friend of Yngvar. I'm probably butchering that. Okay, so we definitely need to do a rest. Jobby. Great morale. Awesome. So can we get somebody to 4? 15 will do it? It will. It's done. Beautiful. Now, instead of the plus, oh, that's, it just happens. Not on rest. It just happens. That's amazing. What does he currently have? Just armor generally? Well, none of that's going to matter if you're getting free armor every turn. Crit chance. Crit chance. 2 armor on a rest. He should have that. He has extra moves and dodge. 2 armor on rest. That's good for him. And then no one's strong enough to really take advantage of that at this point. He's going to betray us, so I don't want to use him too much. He's just he's a grudge wielder. He's got guts. All units from the source and shield wall. I'm not a huge fan of the axe guys. War leader. Can forge ahead. Command allies. To take extra turns and heavy impact. He'll survive for that. And the market. A padded undercoat. Just general armor. Protects from death. Strength. And another one of those. Which I have. Those are floating around like hotcakes. Guess we review the map while we're here. So we're in Wormtoe, but I don't know exactly. Maybe Grolfheim. Otherwise, Singhorn, Eidentarf, Einertoft, Old Father, Kingsborough, Skyhorn, maybe. Who knows? No hidden Varl yet. So let's get out of here. Gorlfheim's quite a few days out, says Krumer, but nothing's worse than crossing the wastes, I imagine. If there's anywhere you might be safe from dredge, it's there. You steel yourself for another long march, and half the town of Wormtoe joins you. 62 Varl. 20 supplies. Yeah, I don't think we have enough supplies. Harsh words from one mother to another draw the attention of the entire caravan. My daughter marries Ragni or no one. That reed-thin tramp you call a daughter won't provide sons. The insulted mother bares her teeth, ready to attack. Let it play out. Worry on marriage. Explain yourselves. Well, explain yourselves, women. Ragni chooses my daughter on his own, the insulted mother says, but this one thinks I have something to do with it. Launching forward, the first woman flails wildly, shouting, Liar! The women are separated and eventually calm down, but you worry that this is far from over. Perhaps a murder mystery? Oh, is that a godstone up there? Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, a concerned woman tells you. Counted these myself yesterday. No mistake. This keeps up, we'll all be starving before long. Tell me if you see it again. Post extra guards. Turn you further. You discreetly place some trusted guards. You hear a few people casually point out the extra manpower, but nobody seems to raise an alarm for now. Those bandits we took on, perhaps. You haven't seen Alette for much of the day. When you do find her, she's returning to camp, alone from a fair distance away, looking rather sullen. She keeps her eyes to the ground as you approach. I'm just going to sit next to her. I feel like things are changing so quickly, she eventually confides. It's not just that. Everything is going so wrong. I've been talking to Ekil a lot. This gets your attention. He is dangerous as fuck. Threaten Ekil immediately. What has he been telling you? Stay away from him. Well, what has he been telling you? He told me how he and Onef are kin. Ekil had a sister who married Onef, but she died a long time ago. They've been bound since, but then Onef left without him. Just left him behind without a word. That's why he came after us. Threaten him immediately. I don't care what he says. Let's confirm his story. Confirm. Eventually you find Onef back at the camp and relate the story. Is that what Ekil told you? Replies Onef. Then he sighs. It's true about his sister. She died of a fever when we were just married. Surprised he opened up like that. So I left him in Frostfeller, he continues. He'd be fine one day, ready to kill his own men the next. Sometimes he would. I'd make the same decision tomorrow. Let the issue drop. Confront. Can you do anything? Can you keep this guy away from her? I will, but it sounds more like you need to keep Alette away from him. You leave with the advice ringing in your ears. Oh my gosh, if she falls for him, that'd be horrible. Why couldn't she just like Egil, the guy from the beginning of the game? He seems like a good kid. He's got a metal shield, you know. He'll protect her. Yes, more Godstone action. Looks like a shark or a whale. Nobody camped out at that one. The godstone of Marek looms into view. Upon it carved a great ocean beast. I was right. Jagged stones jut out of the snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the Nordfelling wastes being filled with water at one time, but the godstone stands as a reminder of the vast lake it used to look across. "A blessing!" shouts one of the men in your caravan, holding up what looks like a silver coin. "It's a fish scale," he says, pointing out the rainbow pattern that shows in the sunlight. Soon a curious child has found another hiding in the snow, and then a third is discovered. Improved morale, yes. Perhaps they'll bring us luck, you overhear. Before long, the caravan has become obsessed with gathering the shining scales. Leave now, cut them off, let them take their time. By the end of the second day, the scavenger hunt still continues unabated, and even you are starting to feel something in the back of your mind, like you need to have one of the scales. You shake it off, uncertain whether to let this continue. No, let them continue. We might get an item. It's another day before the fervor calms down, and you think there must have been something unnatural about it, because when the last scale was found, the obsession suddenly abated. On the next morning, one of the men presents a gleaming coat of mail to you. "We made this from the scales." Nice. You graciously accept the gift. The caravan gets back to travel. God scale. Though we are in not good shape. At least it doesn't feel that way. We lost several days. Having supplies be stolen. I mean, I can't go and replenish. Oddleaf calls you over, grinning. A row of women holding bows of different age and experience line up before a row of trees in the distance. They fire, doing an impressive job hitting the trunks. I think they're ready to fill some dredge with feathers. One woman still hasn't shot her arrow. She stands perfectly still. The others watch. Just as the winds shift, she lets go, and her arrow flies not into one of the trees, but a snow rabbit that had scurried out from underneath. "Dinner," she says, smiling. A group of men from the caravan approach. "Listen here," says one. "Practice all you want. My wife isn't fighting dredge." The other men agree in chorus. "We don't want to see a battlefield full of dead wives and daughters." Stand by the women becoming fighters, encourage our life to train even more. I'm having second thoughts. Encourage Oddleaf. I can encourage her, or I can just be like, "I'll stand by him. Why not? We need more." The men argue their point, but eventually relent. "Thanks," says Oddleaf. "To be honest, it was harder than I expected. But the more people who can hold their own, the better." The women return to camp not just as clansmen, but as fighters. Boom! Less worthless. The sounds of a skirmish alert you to a varl surrounded by half a dozen armed fighters. One man spots you and shouts, "Leave us to our business. This varl killed my father without reason." The varl is about to respond when a man attacks. The giant swats the blade aside and silently watches for the next assault. Let's hear what he has to say. The varl shrugs as if unconcerned, saying, "This one's father and I had a business deal. He lied. Now he's dead." "Lies?" shouts the man. "You murdered him over a lie, you coward." The men wildly attack the varl, who deflects them well enough, but you're uncertain of how long he can keep it up. Yeah, so he's just like, he lied in a business deal. Now he's dead. You can handle it, boys. You quickly decide this minor scuffle between a man and a varl is not worth the caravan's precious time, and none of your business. Your warriors return without you, some more reluctantly than others. Improved morale. And extra renown. Cool. And there's no reason to defend the varl there. Like the varls were going to get pissed off. You hear a whistle on the wind and spot a long line of varl far up ahead, heading toward you. Behind them is a swarm of dredge, and a trail of bodies leading off into the distance. "Get down there," barks Krumer. And we shall help them out. "Don't let them spread out," shouts the lead varl as you approach the battleground. Soon you almost regret finding yourself fighting alongside them, facing off against a daunting number of dredge. Dredge line the battlefield. 160. We're in good shape. Evenly matched. No guarantee of victory here. We might as well rush into battle at this point. Because we're fully good to go. Actually, we have not enough renown to do anything useful. Oh, and let's check this out. 3 armor at expense of 1 aggro. 2 aggro with strength resistance. These are some good ones if I can get some people up to 5. But we will have this battle next episode, so catch y'all then.